Hi y'all, welcome to Real Talk and the Daily Bend tonight. I'm Josie. Most of you know my friend Beau.
Hey everybody, we're simulcasting.
This is new for both of us. So,
that's right.
Beau and I have known each other for quite a while. We've done a few of these now. And I get a lot of people saying, who is Beau? Who's this guy that you're always doing videos with? Who's this guy that is kind of goofy, doing these push-ups? So I talked him into coming in and him being the guest instead of everyone else.
Wow.
So
this is a change. It's fun though. Fun.
So I'm really glad that he agreed to do this.
Thanks.
And, so let's just, who is Beau Babka?
Oh my gosh. Well, if you got about 3 hours, but let's put it into a nutshell. I've lived, I always say I've lived 13 lives. I was born 1962, so I'm 54 years old. Let me skip right to my first, I consider myself a protector, a saver. There was definitely a purpose for me in the world, and that is to help people. So by the age of 7, I already saved a 13-year-old girl from drowning in the ocean in Southern California. At the age of 7, I could swim very well. I could swim when I was 1 or 2. My mom and dad taught me how to surf. Anyway, so I have been saving, protecting, and doing. I grew up in California, a very abusive father, a physically abusive father. I ended up beating the crap out of him one day after he had beat the crap out of my mother and all of that, and that ended the relationship with my father. Zoom forward, homeless a little bit at 13, age 13 in California. If it wasn't for football, I wouldn't have been sitting here. Football, the game to me, I went through high school, track and field, baseball, basketball, all those things. Was a kind of a five-star letter type of guy, but football really saved me. And men, 5 to 6 really important coaches and men in my life really saved me.
So kind of role models then?
Yeah, definitely. I really believe that male role models for me, obviously female, I still have my mom, but male role models were good, good for me. Went away to college, played football, played in the pros, played professional football,
right,
had
so
some
you
businesses.
Played in the pros.
I did. Seattle, way back in the 80s. Opened some restaurants. Was in business in California in the late 80s, and then met my ex-wife, and we were living down in Orange County, California. I was running some restaurants down there and some businesses down there, and we decided, I went through the LAPD Academy, trying to tell this real quick, wanted to be a cop, and for some weird reason, because it gave me some stability and some insurance and retirement and all that. Well, we moved up here to Utah, kind of crazy, into Orem, where, long story short, we ended up having 6 kids and careers later, and never really returned to California. I spent almost 20 years in law enforcement here in Utah as a chief and a spokesperson and undersheriff, and I investigated. I pretty much did everything for many, many years, ran for 3 political offices, lost all 3 times. Definitely no Abe Lincoln, but what else? Taught for almost 20 years at the local colleges, social science, criminal justice, business, management. Spent years back at the Law Enforcement Training Center as a fellow, teaching there, the FBI Academy. I've always had some kind of consulting type business, always helping people kind of off to the side. Got in 2011. Those people here in Utah will probably, those may not, I don't know, is far enough gone. Got into some real political trouble and lost my law enforcement career and my teaching career in college to a situation that really wasn't what everybody saw it was, but I moved on and moved through that and got a divorce. about 2 years after that was probably the major time of my life where I lost a really good job that I really didn't get paid for about 5 months. And it was a big corporate security type forming business that I helped with. We didn't get paid for 5 months. And it left me, I left a good job to go to this job. And so that was probably, why I'm saying that is that's probably the lowest time. You know, none of my failures up till then really affected me until 2013, where I lost that, didn't have a job at 50. What was I at the time? 49, 50 years old. You know, highly educated. I have 2 master's degrees, 2 bachelor's degrees, a doctorate, almost close to a doctorate. I could have the doctorate if I had the money. I could finish it. But years of experience doing a lot of different things, but couldn't find a job other than Walmart. Nothing wrong with Walmart, folks, but
you do what you gotta do.
Yeah, you do what you have to do. So I was working Walmart, odd jobs. And I really still have never financially caught up, but it was a good time for me because it came to the Beau'd Not Broken, and that's why Beau'd Not Broken came around. A lot of people, my ex-wife and a few other folks were saying, you're broken, you're just broken. And I can remember sitting on a couch as I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to go live, because it was right as we were getting divorced and all this kind of stuff, and I was living kind of homeless at the time. But I remember thinking, I'm not broken. I just need a break, and I need to, you know, just keep working hard, and just, I know I'm a good person. I know that in spite of everything that's happened, everybody, you know, I never not enjoyed compliments from people till this day. I mean, I had radio shows, I was on the TV, I was a teacher. I mean, I had all this success, it looked like, good family. But anyway, they thought, well, you're broken. And I said, no, I'm Beau'd. And I thought of an arrow and you know, bending back of the arrow, and I go, Beau'd not broken. And because if you're broken, you know, that takes a lot. It takes a lot. You got to Band-Aid it, you got to cast it, you got to kind of almost like start all over.
Heals.
Yeah, and so bending for me was, we all bend. We're all, you know, Beau'd not broken, and so I came up with the 3 principles that I felt that many of us live our lives. That's faith in ourselves, courage in ourselves to do things outside the comfort zone, or, you know, recuperate from something, and then endurance. You know, how to do with the soul and the heart and the body, all those things. And so I started. Well, I had always been a motivational speaker, but I started speaking, and I started doing some things on Facebook.
Now, you've been going at this for 700.
Well, I've been doing suicide prevention for about 2.5 years, since December 31st of 2015. Yeah, I can remember the day. You've been doing
pushing, pulling,
right,
lifting,
right, in one format or another. You know, trying to help people. You know, I mean, because I was depressed. I won't lie, and you know, I've had, you know, situations where I thought, well, I can't get out of this, and so Beau'd Not Broken has always come to the. Beau'd Not Broken has always been, you know, without being too wordy, because again, we could be here for hours and hours, but. You know, the motivation was friends and my own life, and, you know, just people that had lost their lives, and a lot of times you just felt alone. They just felt like they didn't have anybody to talk to or reach out to, or you know, somebody to talk to that would, you know, understand. We get in that panic sometimes where, oh my gosh, nobody's been through this problem before. You know, it must be.
Many people have,
but
just may vary a little bit.
Exactly. Doesn't matter, race, creed, color, socioeconomic, it's all there. So, yeah, so the suicide thing came out of that, the motivational speaking, the motivational thoughts, the daily bend came out of that.
Let me ask, because I know sports was a big part of your life, because the way I met you was because you were a coach. Mm-hmm. Are you still coaching sports at all, or are you just coaching people still?
I coach people. I coach in sports. I life coach. You know, whatever you want to call that. I know there's a lot of life coaches. There are a lot of people out there, but I guess you know, I've always felt, and I think a lot of people feel, I'm approachable in the sense that they can they can tell me things and they know I'm not going to run around and, you know, jibber jabber. And
Correct.
I'm unconditional. I've always been unconditional, and I've never, believe it or not, even in my role as a police officer, was judgmental. We all make mistakes. We all do things that we shouldn't do or we should do or whatever it is. And so I can thank my mom for that. My mom was a saint. She was amazing. She had the ability to, and I learned a lot from her. And I think I have a lot of her traits. She's the most. That's why I had a hard time picking a political party. I was a Democrat and I was a Republican, and you know, I'm just nothing anymore. So anyway, I just one of those. And I'm not a flaming liberal. So I'm not really anything other than American. But long story short, that's Beau Babka, and I have 6 beautiful kids, 1 granddaughter. You
Which
know,
I know you're very proud of because you talk about
very
them.
much, very proud of my children, very proud of you know, my granddaughter, and I'm really proud of the friends that I have. I you know, including you. I mean, the people that there's so much bullshit that goes on in the world right now. We should be concentrating on us and uplifting us, not, you know, being real. But there's so much, you know, there's so much political bullshit going on that,
Absolutely.
you know, let's get back to being human and so
Let's be kind to each other. Let's love and accept. You don't have to necessarily support the person in what they're doing,
right,
but at least love and respect them, right?
exactly. And that's where it got into letting people tell their story, and that's where, you know, the whole Beau'd Not Broken, the Daily Bend thing, and letting people tell their stories and letting people connect, the connectivity of someone on social. It's the good use of social media.
Absolutely.
And throwing, you know, somebody PMing somebody. I hear of stories every day where I'll do something or you'll do something or somebody, and the connectivity of people talking to one another. Oh, well, I didn't realize you were in that, and it's people helping people, and it's bigger. Beau'd Not Broken is bigger than me. If I get hit by a truck tomorrow. Here pretty soon, within the next week or so, everything will be in place so someone can continue to pick up the concept of what we're trying to do. And what we're trying to do is tell people stories, let people that are like-minded or are going through the same adversities, struggles, or successes connect and to help one another, because I don't know everything. I just am somewhat of a storyteller to bring people together and let them move on, and the joy in it is to see them, the aha moment where they go, wow, there's a lot of people that are, you know, this way, and now now they have a pulpit, they have a way to say, you know, this is who I am, I'm proud of it, and let's go forward.
Which in a way is what got Real Talk going, is the initial sit down with you. And the different conversations we've had. Now, also, it's my heart that I want to help people. I want to help, you know, and it's about acceptance, you know. And that's one of the things I've been amazed about, the different interviews, because of how broad they are. I mean, you do everyone from TV personalities to the previous Attorney General, State Attorney General. There's also, you know, like the rides, you know, what a story. The Safe Ride Home. If you haven't checked out Safe Ride Home, I've got to say, check it out.
Yeah,
it's an amazing. There are so many of those that you've brought attention to, and
that's the fun of it, because everybody's real, everybody's regular, everybody's going through, you know, the same or different types of things, and you know, it's good TV. It's great. It's the best TV. You know, singing with Cheryl Biggs, you know, in her WFC gym, you know, singing, you know, with her is like, I mean,
in
that's
the middle
me,
of the tough man.
In the middle of the tough man thing,
yeah.
or Mark Shurtleff admitting, you know, just admitting to wanting to, you know, pull off the side of the road or jump a canyon, or, you know, anybody that's real. It's real stuff. It's not Hollywood. It's the most real TV, the most real social cast, just like you, that you can have. And I think that has a purpose and it has a place. And just because I'm I look like a lumberjack doesn't mean that I don't have a heart, and I don't.
No,
care about
I'll
people.
vouch. She's got a heart of gold. You know, I've had some rough times, and you know, I've reached out, and you talked to me.
Yeah.
You
well,
know.
and you're like I've told you, you're a great human being. I mean, that's what it's all about.
So where do you see Beau'd Not Broken going, and how do we get it there?
Well,
Because we've got quite the audience, obviously, right now.
This week I'll be formulating a 501c3, which I have some friends and some associates that I'm putting together basically a management team. They have found the value in this being much greater than I as well. So we'll have a 501c3 and a for-profit. So there's so many different projects. I'm not going to stop doing my daily stuff. Not going to stop doing that, but I've been picked up by the Flash TV network. That's Tony Toscano, and he's talking pictures. He has some investors that have invested in a network that's nationwide. So it's kind of an on-demand Roku, Tiki, Hulu, those type, Apple TV coming up. What else?
Online.
Or online.
The web.
Yeah, or online on the web. And so that's exciting. Tony wanting me to take Beau'd Not Broken, you know, the Daily Bend kind of, or the whole Beau'd Not Broken concept to the next level.
Which I had the honor of sitting with you and
yes,
taping
we've taped our first few shows, and Josie's going to be one of the first, if not the first show. And yeah, the dichotomy of guests they're pretty amazing. The breadth is pretty amazing. And so I'm in the process of, just like every TV show, I'm in the process of finding sponsors and advertisers, not only here locally, but they can be nationally, they can be whatever it is. And then on the other side, I'm going to kick off a campaign called $1 from a Million. So I have the TV show and Beau'd Not Broken and on the Daily Bend. And then I'm kicking off a $1 from a Million campaign, which I hope to fund here very soon in the next few months, a drug addiction treatment, detox, and suicide prevention center. Why it's different is because nobody really focuses on, for low cost or no cost, suicide prevention.
Correct.
So more to come on that one. And so there's just a bunch of things going on, and the more people tag and share and, you know, your pages and my pages, the better, the more popular we, you know, eyes on right now on my pages are about 20,000 plus a day, which is pretty good for an advertiser.
Absolutely.
But then we'll go to hundreds of thousands and millions with Flash TV. So this is not a little project, but it's exciting.
And I know your heart, it's like mine. It's not about you, it's not about me. It's about raising awareness.
Right.
It's about being real with people, you know, and wanting to spread the message of the addictions issue, you know, whether drugs, alcohol, porn, you know, whatever the addiction is, the suicide, the depression, you know, acceptance of people. And I know that's your heart also. So it's not about, I just want to reiterate that, it's not about building Beau'd.
Right. Right.
It's about building that network.
It's about building Beau'd Not Broken and other networks that want to connect and are connecting to that connectivity, so people are talking to people. I mean, down the road we'll have seminars where it's not just me talking. It's people that have gone through things that can motivate others. I want to get to the point, you know, with healers, just this one big world and happy family of sharing and helping and connecting people that we've never seen before. Through the reality of telling people stories. That's the whole idea.
And on Real Talk, if you haven't checked out Beau, check him out. He's on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter,
LinkedIn. Twitter, you name it.
You know, some absolutely amazing, some heart-wrenching stories of different people, and it's in their own words. It's unscripted. So make sure you check it out if you're on mine. If you're new with Beau, make sure you check it out.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I've wanted to do this interview. It's taken us a little bit of time to do.
It's all good. It's all good.
But it works. So
I am. You know, you asked me. It's hard to sum up who Beau is, and it's hard to, you know, sum up who Josie is in a few minutes. But you know, I know, you know, after 54 years, I really know my life's purpose, and that is to bring people together. And in common or uncommon ways, bring them together, let them listen to one another, and, you know, provide some type of format for either healing or motivation or whatever else it is. That's what I'm here to do.
To go on one more day.
Exactly. Yeah. Endurance, courage, faith in yourself is so.
Now, are you still doing personal training at all?
Yeah, I still do personal training, physical fitness training. You know, it's taken a little bit of a backseat, but you know, I have a few clients that I've had for many years. But fitness is such a part of, you know, that brain up here, and, you know, the firing and the serotonin, and, you know, I find that, you know, all I have to do is get people out walking, and a lot of times, you know, a little walk and a little talk goes a whole long way.
Absolutely.
For people. So, you know, and I know there's people that need medication for depression. They need it to alter the chemicals in their brain. Physical fitness helps as well. You know, I don't have one size fits all. I motivate people to their needs and what they need and how they feel about themselves. I don't have any cookie cutter way of doing those types of things. So.
No one's a cookie cutter, so
no,
that would make
sense.
true. We're all unique. We're all different.
We're all different.
All different shapes, sizes, colors.
Exactly.
So besides sponsorship, is there any other way that people can help get involved with you to help spread that message, share the videos?
Yeah, if you know, I have a website. It's www.beaudnotbroken.com. That's BEAUDNOTBROKEN. So I have websites. What I, you know, what I like is if people have certain issues, they want to tell their stories, reach out to me, please. And, you know, you can personal message me. You can, you know, I put my phone number up there too. You can text me, you can call me, whatever. I'm always looking for, you know, guests. I'm always looking for people that we can connect to one another. People that want to help at a moment's notice. If somebody calls and they don't connect with me, they may connect with someone else. They're depressed, or they have a family member that, you know, needs help with prevention, or needs something with addiction, or needs, you know, who knows? Maybe they just need to, you know, somebody to coach their kid.
They need
football.
A female instead of a male.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So if people, you know, in your network promote your network, they promote my networks together. I mean, and everybody else's. You know, yeah. There's not a lot of people out there that can sponsor, nor can they advertise. Those are businesses and foundations and other types of people. But if you can promote, you know, our shows, the things that we're doing, that'd be great. You know, if you want to be tagged by, you know, these things, then, you know, let me know. Let us know too, because tags, you know, enhance everything that goes out.
Absolutely.
And when the show comes out, I'll make sure everybody knows. It'll be a weekly show on Flash TVs. Again, that's, you know, a nationwide thing. And then every day I try and do something on suicide prevention. The other thing that I'd love, I know we're kind of going long, but if anybody wants to sponsor, even sponsor a place to do my goofy pull-ups or push-ups on the top of a house, on a tractor, on a, you know, underwater. I don't care what it is, at a business that help promote. I know suicide is typically, you know, a taboo word.
But there's a hush word a lot.
But there's a lot of businesses out there that do talk about it, that do talk about these things. And so if there's somebody out there that I can highlight for no cost and let them know that, you know, this is a great company, this is a, you know, they invited me out to do pull-ups, sit-ups, you know, whatever it is on their property for 2 minutes, that would help as well.
Okay. So I just want to say thank you. Honestly, thank you everyone for watching. Check him out. He's got a heart of gold. He's a great guy, and I don't say that lightly.
Thank you. Thanks.
I'm very proud to call you friend.
Oh, same here.
And you know, Real Talk is going to keep spreading this message. I will keep promoting Beau and the Beau'd Not Broken Network.
And we'll keep promoting you.
I appreciate it. So I hope you all have a wonderful night. And I'll let you end the way you want. The way I always end is believe you can and you will.
Just remember that life's all about the bend.
Have a good night, y'all.